Yeah, I know what type of time I'm on when I step in the scene, man. Had them bottles ready, had them sparkles ready. It's gonna be a good night. Last time around, it was different. Somebody tell them pay attention, nigga.
Yeah. Welcome to this brand new episode of No Shit Pink Podcast. It's your boy John, my co-host Bree, and let's get started. All right, so I'm not gonna lie, I just seen Netflix just dropped the trailer to a new show, and the way the show works is very interesting. So basically, it's called Kaleidoscope. The show's called Kaleidoscope, but it's about basically it's 8 episodes, and it's about like a heist that takes place in 20 years, but you can watch it in any order and you'll still get like a proper story. So you can start from like the middle and watch it in whatever order you watch it, and it'll have a story. You can watch it how people usually watch shows from the first to the end, or you can watch it from the end to the beginning, and it all has stories. So yeah, basically you could pick the order you want to watch it in, and you'll still get like a story. Like it'll still be a story that you could follow. So whatever order, from beginning or to the end. Which is I thought it was very interesting. I don't know how that shit gonna work, but
I can't watch shit like that. It gives me whiplash. My mind works in a certain way. If I'm watching the show has to be from beginning to end. So it has to have a beginning, middle, and end. That's how my brain works. If you don't have a beginning, middle, end, if I could watch it from the end to the beginning, and the middle to the end, or the middle to the beginning, and then the middle to the beginning end, and then the end to the big like middle, and then watch from the middle to the beginning. I just confused myself. Hold on.
but
Wait,
I
hold on.
think
Okay, I got it. So if I could watch it from the beginning to the middle, and then watch it from the end to the middle, right? I don't want to watch it because that's confusing. Or if I could watch it from the end to the beginning, no, I don't want to watch it.
I think this is just a dope idea. I don't know how they're gonna make it work or whatnot. I would want to watch it from the first episode, but I might just pick like I don't know how I'll do it, but basically you can watch it in any order you want, and it's all gonna flow and come out like a natural show, no matter what order you pick. So basically, me and you watch the show. You say you watch it from the beginning. I watch it from the middle. I think the end result. I think the ending most likely is still gonna be the same. It's just a matter of how you get to the ending will be a little different because where you pick to watch or start. I think so. It does sound confusing,
You
but
see how
also
confusing that is? Like we've gotten to a point in life where life is a very confusing. Now we're gonna add more confusion by watching a show that's confusing when shows are supposed to be enjoyable. So now I gotta sit here.
still be enjoyable.
Not if you watch it from the middle to the end.
Yeah, but it's like it's not gonna be like what's the show like what's the show you watch right now? Just name any show you watch right now.
I know. You know what's crazy? I'm not watching anything. That is so. That is so fucking crazy. Usually, I'm watching something with Devin, or I'm watching something by myself. Right now, I have no TV shows. We just finished The Shy. 90 Day Fiance hasn't come back yet. I have no shows right now.
So you have no shows right now. We're gonna use the side for example. So say you started watching the side, like you never watched. Go back to season one. You never watched season one, and you pick like a middle episode. It's gonna be a whole lot of information to be missing. But with this show, you have the choice to start in the middle, but you want to be missing information because
This is dumb,
continue
Johnny.
as you continue to watch the order, it will give you the information you need. You'll eventually get all your information. While while versing while you watch the shy, you can't do that because you will have to go back and watch the episode in order, which is, it does sound very confusing, but it's to me, it's very, very intriguing. So I think it's a dope idea. I don't know who came up with this idea, but very, very dope idea.
Yeah, I don't like the idea, so I don't know. It's just not for me. I'm a person who likes order. I'm structured. So when I see things like that, it makes me upset. I'm not gonna watch it. I won't. I personally can't watch it. My brain won't let me watch it that way. I probably still watch it from, even if I do watch the show, I'll probably watch it from beginning to the end. And that's it. Call it a day. Keep it simple. That's just me.
But
And that's why, like, when Devin's watching a show, I can't watch the show with him, especially if it's like on the third season and sixth episode in. I'm like, yeah, I'm not sitting here watching this, because then I'm like, no, it's confusing, it's too much. I don't got time for that. So
it's only an episode, but it's definitely interesting.
good luck with that.
I said good luck with that, but now
Cause I don't like those kind of shows. That shit, ugh, just talking about it makes me tired. It makes me confused. I'm in my head thinking like, so what happens if you watch from like episode 3? How do they explain what happened in episode 1 and 2? How long are these episodes? Are they like an hour and a half because they have to do a preview of what they was said? It's too much work.
Or maybe when you watch from 3, watch 3 to 5. Say you go 3, 5, 2, 8, 1, 6, and then finish. I forgot the number in there, but and then I guess if you watch it, say you choose to watch it in that order, I think when you watch that last episode, no matter what number it is, it will tell you the end of the story.
Have you started watching Wednesday?
Yes, I enjoyed it.
I did one episode. Wasn't for me. Let's throw that out there.
So you're not a big fan of it? I thought it was cool.
Here's the thing. I love the little girl. She was on Disney Star first. I love her. And I really want to see her do things. But when I thought of Wednesday, I thought of just like the awkward, this is more like a sci-fi thing. It has like vampires, wolves. Yeah, I'm not with that. I'm not into the sci-fi thing. So
It's understandable, but she still acts like how Wednesday acts.
ooh, she's doing a great job at what, and then they gave her powers now. Listen, I'm not with it. I'm not with it. Keep it simple.
But it was an enjoyable show. I enjoyed it. But you like it, you don't.
That means you already watched it. See, that's what don't fuck with you and shows, because you be binge watching shows when you don't need to fucking binge watch shows. I'm gonna mind my business. I'm gonna mind my fucking business. I'm just letting you know that shit don't make sense. But I'm gonna mind my business. I'm gonna mind my business. I'm gonna mind my business.
It was only 8 episodes. It was something very, very, very short. It wasn't something that, oh my god.
You fucking binge watch that shit. That shit is crazy. I hate people who binge watch shows.
Why?
You act like you wasn't born in the 90s where you got one show and then you gotta wait the following week and then the next show. That's how you supposed to watch shit. You're not supposed to binge watch.
I do watch shows like that.
That's how you're supposed to watch shows. That's how you're supposed to watch shows, period.
I agree with you. I agree with you, but Netflix shows are not like that. Netflix shows has it all there, so you watch it.
So doesn't mean you have to watch it because it's all there. No, you don't. No, I'm about my fucking business, but I'm just telling you that's disappointing. I do not binge watch any show, even if it's on Netflix. If I watch it once a week, I'm gonna wait till the next week to watch it. Huh?
That's the whole point of it being on Netflix is to watch.
That's stupid. But that's just, I'm a 90s baby at heart. So I do things by the 90s rules.
It's out the window. Other platforms do. Disney Plus don't give you all the shows to watch. They do it
Right.
weekly.
And that's why I love Disney Plus.
But I watch it weekly. I don't the weekly shows. I watch
Right.
it weekly.
But when it comes to Netflix, that doesn't mean you have to watch. But when it comes to Netflix, that doesn't mean you have to watch every episode all
Oh
the
no,
time.
it's there. It has to be watched.
Oh my God.
It's there for it to be watched. What am I waiting for next week for?
Because it's just part of the 90s rule. If you was born in the 90s, you follow the rules.
I watched plenty of shows that come out by the week.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if you're given an opportunity to watch all shows at once, you're supposed to say, no, I'm going to watch one episode this week and I'm going to wait till next week and watch another episode. You're not supposed to sit there and be like, I'm just going to watch all the fucking episodes. That's stupid. But like I said, I'm going to mind my business.
Every times have changed.
Okay.
Times have changed, man. Times have changed. But I guess it's something we'll agree to disagree with, but I do watch shows by the week. But if Netflix drops something that's decent enough to binge, I will binge it, yes. But we are going to transition, and we're going to talk about my guy, Ye. So it was announced that he's going to have to be paying Kim $200K a month in child support. So, think too much, too little, or should he be paying child support at all? Because technically, is she a billionaire? And due to all recent incidents, he's not a billionaire no more. His value and net worth has dropped. So, ain't she technically making twice as much money as him, or has twice as much money as him currently, due to recent events?
So I wrote some notes down. That's what I'm reading my notes because so this was part of the divorce and the settlement from the divorce. And so she didn't request it, but because it's part of the divorce and the settlement, um she basically, gets the child support. Um my whole thing with this is child support technically is for people who are not willing participants in paying for stuff for the kids. So, example, God forbid me and Devin was to get a divorce, and he just disappears and doesn't help pay for like schools or school supplies or food or stuff like that, then I will ultimately take him to child support, right? But if Devin was a willing participant and he was paying half and half, and me and him discussed, okay, he's going to do these activities and do this and do that, and we're going to cut it into half, I wouldn't take Devin for child support. I don't think Kanye, I'm not the biggest fan of Kanye, right? But I don't think he would ever tell Kim he wouldn't pay half of anything or all of everything for those kids. So technically, child support wasn't needed. I'm pretty sure him and her could have came up with a uh, common ground or common paper, just stating that she and him will be splitting the children's activities, clothes, shoes, everything down the middle. I'm pretty sure Kanye would abide by that. I don't think they needed to do the child support. Child support to me just makes him look like a deadbeat dad, and that's not needed. Not that I'm saying that, some guys they go for child support like 50 just because, the mom is now trying to milk it. But I think both of them, of who they are, I think both of them could have come with a um, um common decision.
Yeah,
Right.
they could have made a compromise with each other or come to an
Right.
agreement.
Right.
Right.
I don't think the child support, and this is just my opinion, but I personally don't think the child support was needed in this particular case.
Yeah,
because even though recently that he's not a billionaire, he's still A millionaire.
No, he still got money. There's no, because they say he lost his value drop because he lost these deals with these companies and his his net worth or whatever dropped, but Ye still has money. I was just putting it into like the mix. Like he still has money, but in terms of what if recent events happen and what they said, that's what they say. It could be wrong or it could be true.
I just don't see what 2K is gonna do for her. Like that to me is petty change for her.
200K. That's what's the math on that for a year? It's like a couple million. About Because 200K about 10 months. That's two.
I have to pay for their birthday parties.
That's 2.4 million a year.
That's gonna pay for their birthday parties because that's for all 4 kids. That's not for one each kid. That's for all 4 kids.
I think I got the math correct, but I think that's 2.4 million a year.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is that's gonna pay for the birthday parties.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. 2.4 million a year. Jeez.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I just don't see that Kanye wouldn't have done this on his own. But I mean, I don't know if she's trying to make this a skeptical out of him, or I don't know what her end goal is, because personally, I don't think you need child support when you in that kind of bracket. Like I would have looked at the judge and been like, "Are you serious? I don't need his money." Like he'll do for his kids when they call and they ask him to do for him. But I personally wouldn't. I wouldn't have taken it. That's just my opinion.
But nah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying that she agreed to or that's what she wanted. I'm just saying like the fact that the court deemed to be like, oh yeah, just give her 200K a month for child support. But it's like, damn, this is not like this is 2 people that are making tons of money. Like they both are making lots of money, and none of them is not like it's not how it says not like a rough. Well, technically, it's technically a rough patch due to recent events, but
Right.
but other than that, he still has a lot of money. She has a lot of money. I don't think child support was. Again, it is my opinion. Just technically, what they say is technically she has more money than him, so she really doesn't even need the child support. But it's not like you said, it's not like Ye wasn't going to support the kids regardless. She was going to do whatever regardless. But I just wonder how they came up with that judgment. Like, yeah, you should give her 200K a month. That's more like thought process. How I'm more trying to figure out is like, how do they come up with that number? Like, how do they be coming up with these numbers? Do they base it on like finances, certain situations? Like, how do they
so the number of child support comes with the amount of kids you have and the amount of income you have and the amount that you pay for insurance, medical insurance. So let's say their medical insurance is probably really high, right? Because they're who they are. So it goes from how much you make, so how much Kanye's made in the year, how many kids he has, right? And then how much does Kim pay in medical bills. So she pays over a certain amount. That's what all these calculations now come in.
I don't know the facts on that, but that's interesting to know.
I'm telling you, that's what it is.
No, I wasn't disagreeing with you. I'm saying I never knew the fact, but I'm saying that's interesting to know that, I'm not saying that.
If you go to Facebook, if you go on Facebook, there's this lady. She does like child support cases. She breaks it down for us. She lets you know. Well, not for us because I'm married, but she breaks it down for people to understand how the guy has to.
How the system works and how the money that's saying that's dope. Like you gave me the facts, I don't know the facts. I'm saying that's interesting. Like to know, like oh shit, that's how that shit works. Okay, right? Not something I care to do research on. Like oh.
All my single ladies and gentlemen, because it doesn't work because I'm with my husband, so we can't take him to child support.
I want to say for all you single ladies and gentlemen, say all those parents out there that on the way of being a single parent, information is more informative to them.
Right.
The people that's leaning towards becoming single parents in certain situations.
Right.
So that's what information is good for. But interesting. This is stuff. Learn something new every day. Man, you can't complain.
Every day. This
Every
is why
day, can't complain.
Facebook helps you get through life.
That's
It's the handbook of life.
But one of the beautiful things of life is learning something new every day. So I can't complain. I like to learn new things. Even if it's not something I'm going to apply to my life, still like to learn something new every day. I feel like it's a special day to learn something new. But now we're going to transition to a topic Bree wants to talk about. You know, it's crazy how a fan page made this shit cause a stir. But it's something that could come out true. Who knows? Well, a fan page basically stated that J-Lo, what award ceremony was it that they said she was going to perform a tribute to Whitney Houston on? What was the award ceremony?
Hold on.
Because it's in there, scroll up there. At the Grammys. At the Grammys. So a fan page basically said that J-Lo will be doing a tribute to Whitney Houston at the Grammy. Damn. Time is moving. We're in the first of the month. This is the last one for 2022. Crazy.
That is crazy.
So yeah, the Grammys is really around the corner. What the? Woo! 2022 flew by. What is that? Flew by. What the?
I feel like I just blinked. It was 2022.
Yo, 2023 is at the door, ready to move on in. That's crazy. But so basically, a fan page basically went on social media and said J-Lo was going to do this. There was no confirmation she was, or it could be true, it could be not. But most likely, since it came from the fan page, chances are there's someone that just put it just thing, and it caused quite a stir because everyone had reactions to it. And we'll let Bree, go with her reactions. How you felt about that? Suppose
if J-Lo does this fucking Whitney Houston tribute, I'm giving up on life. Because we all know J-Lo can't sing. She can't even sing good enough for her own songs. Who the fuck thinks she can sing good enough for Whitney? She can't even sing good for her own shit. Nah.
Very, J-Lo's a very talented woman. Maybe she is talented. Come on now. You may not like her singing, but overall she is a talented woman. We're just gonna put that, you act like I said something crazy. I didn't say nothing crazy. She's still talented. Even if you feel her singing ain't the best, she's still talented.
Or her acting.
She's got some good movies. She's a good dancer. She's a talented woman. She has other. You said what?
You be trying it on this motherfucker.
I'm not trying it. Nah, that's like I said something crazy. But
oh my god, you be trying it. I be trying to sit here and be respectful, but you be trying it.
You don't think she's talented?
Okay. She's not fucking talented. Oh my god.
Oh my god. So we're gonna leave it at that. But either way, what I was trying to get at too before you basically shot that. Before you shot down my statement that I said, but the singer that Whitney's caliber is pretty much a handful, even if that could really sing close to her level. You know what I'm trying to say? So either way, a tribute to Whitney ain't gonna be, not saying, given you saying what you're saying about J-Lo, but as elite of a singer Whitney was, there's not that many people that can really do a Whitney tribute. It's only like probably a handful of people. So it's like, regardless, I know it was a fan page, whatnot. But regardless, whoever they choose, they will have to still choose someone that's very strong vocally and that can be able to do the job. But it's not that many people.
And that ain't Jennifer Lopez.
Listen, J-Lo again, J-Lo's talented, but when it comes to singing, her vocals do not compare to Whitney Houston's. Doesn't. So I understand that. It doesn't compare to Whitney Houston. But it's not that many people that can do this. Again, it's not that many people that can do it. What is this?
What you talking about? There's not that many people. We talking about J-Lo.
No, no.
Only J-Lo.
Yeah, I understand
J-Lo
that.
can't do shit when it comes to Whitney.
Oh, when it comes to that, yes. You know, you're acting like she can't really do nothing.
Okay, darn.
That's crazy.
It's not crazy. It's the truth.
No.
You don't like to admit shit. You don't like to admit shit because you want to seem like you Switzerland. It's like everything. No, say the fucking truth. She's not a good actress. She's not a good singer. And her dancing is really, it's starting to become very mediocre. I need to see her in something
I like some of her movies, so I'm not gonna.
Good luck with that.
I'm not gonna give you the acting. If you want to talk about her singing, that's fine, but I'm not gonna give you the acting. I like there's some movies
because you basing it off of movies that are based on people's lives. So you don't have to do much acting if it's somebody's life. You just mimic what they are. So Selena,
still got to do a good job.
And Enough, they all based on true movies. I mean, true life stories that were based on other people's like characteristics. So it wasn't J-Lo stepping out of J-Lo. I mean, stepping out of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all she had to do was step into somebody else. Now, granted, I get it. Selena was one of those.
You do a good job. Anybody can mimic anybody, but doesn't mean it's still a good mimic.
Other than those two movies that I said, what other movie did she do that you liked? And don't sit here and lie, Johnny.
Off the top of the dome, I gotta really think about it.
Yeah, you think about it because those two movies are the common movies that she's known for and that people like. One of them, Selena, she's an icon. So we ultimately fall in love with the movie because it's based on an icon. Other than that, give me another fucking movie she's done where you're like, damn, she killed that shit.
You talking about the acting, but I could name another movie I liked it, and I just like the overall movie. I thought the movie was good.
I'm gonna say my Cheetos. I didn't say the overall movie. I said
no. Look. A lot of actors not gonna give you certain movies are not gonna give you Oscar-worthy performances. Not every movie calls for an Oscar-worthy performance. They do a good job and they keep you entertained. Not everything's gonna be Oscar worthy. Does J-Lo have a lot of Oscar worthy performances? Probably not. But she has movies that's enjoyable.
One movie where you like, damn, J-Lo killed it. I'll wait.
Let me refresh me memories for her movies. But another movie I was gonna name that she was in that I felt that I like as a movie was Anaconda. And Ice Cube was in it too. Yeah.
That was a bad movie.
No, it wasn't.
All right.
It wasn't.
Damn, I should have put that on my movie list last week.
No, it wasn't a bad movie.
Shit sucked ass. Oh my god. That shit was bad. It was like Snakes on the Plane bad.
No, hell no.
Damn, that should have been in my movie list. Damn. Can I put it now? That's like number 3.
She was in Money Train.
But that wasn't her movie. She had like 2 parts.
Come on, man. She was in the movie. She was in the movie.
It doesn't matter. She wasn't the main character.
The
You really
movie.
this shit right now. You
That
really.
movie. I'm not gonna lie, that movie is.
I love Money Train. I
No,
love it.
I'm not talking about Money Train. I seen another movie that popped up scrolling through her movies. Obviously, Enough was the movie.
When you finish John, you prove my point. You have listen.
That movie's high. That was more along the lines of what you was just saying too. When she did the movie with Mark Anthony, they played like the older
Like,
Spanish couple. Yeah, they played the older Spanish
I love
couple.
that movie because of Mark. I do because of Mark Anthony.
That was a good movie though. She did a good job on that. Yeah, she did a good job in that movie.
Okay, you say so.
Scrolling.
All right.
You got a couple movies. Listen, hey, you like it, you don't.
I'm tired of you going through this shit.
But look, at the end of the day,
The Grammys better not disrespect Whitney Houston like that. If you want somebody to play tribute to Whitney, you get Jennifer Hudson. That's who you want.
again, that's not bad. That's
Ariana Grande. I'd even take Ariana Grande over fucking J-Lo. Get Mariah Carey. Those people I would take serious. And I would actually appreciate it. And I would actually watch the Grammys.
vocally, all three are very strong. Their vocals are, they're.
Right, I just gave you 3 people off my dome. And so because of that,
I don't disagree with three.
But J-Lo should not be in that running. Sorry. Fuck that. Hell no.
What can I tell you? We are having a conversation off a fan page that caused the stir. This is what's even in discussion.
I'm just saying. I just want to give the Grammys a warning. If they put J-Lo to do a tribute to Whitney, I'm boycotting that shit. And I'm getting signatures and I'm gonna make sure the Grammys is fucking off the air for the rest of it. That's some disrespectful motherfucking shit. J-Lo is not on the level of Whitney Houston. And I don't care what you say. You want to sit here and act like she's talented and shit. She's talented from Living Color. You never heard what Whitney said? They used to call her.
Listen, what I said was, I said she's not on Whitney's level, yes. But then I defended her. You said she wasn't talented. I said she was talented. And that's what sparked.
Dancer. Make sure you say it correctly. She's a talented dancer. That's it. That's as much as we're gonna give her.
Come on, she's more than just a talented dancer.
Okay.
She's a talented entertainer. How about that?
You just sat here right now and couldn't say one movie where you was like, damn, because she ain't that. She ain't that. She ain't that. She's not that. She's not that.
There's actors and actresses that we love that don't have movies like that, but we still love them, the actors and actresses.
I don't know who you're talking about because all my actresses and actors have a moment where you like, damn, they just killed that.
Yeah. We already know, Jill. She killed enough.
Yeah, enough movies to she killed them, murdered them. They in the grave. They dead. They bad. Move on because you don't want to hear what I gotta say about her.
Yeah, something tells me you're not a big fan. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We are going to transition.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to transition to a little more darker news. We're going to talk about the shooting that took place at Walmart, where the staff member, the shooter actually worked at Walmart. it's just like I feel like in these past couple of weeks, it's been like shootings have been up. Cause I think last week's episode we talked about the shooting at the LGBTQ plus bar, and then from that episode comes out. Now we're talking about this Walmart shooting where I believe he shot 8 people and 5 of them died.
That's crazy.
Oh, 6. My bad. 6 people.
They always say he had like a rough side to him and all that stuff. So
And three of the people that he killed were people that also worked at Walmart. And this literally happened right before the holidays, like literally right before Thanksgiving. So it's like they was able to they caught the man, but it's like damn. This is like
I just feel like at some point, you can't even go into Walmart and work a shift without getting killed. So like I don't like how do you live in this world today? You know what I'm
no, it's
saying? Like you can't.
crazy. Like yeah, you just want to go to work, work. That way you be able to pay your bills, pay whatever you need, support your family, support yourself, support your family. Go to work, try to go home, but you go to work. There's a disgruntled employee for whatever reason, and he snaps, and you happen to be someone that's in the crossfire or like in
Right.
his line of vision. But I want to say I don't know if it's because there's probably way more details about it. I'm pretty sure not all, but I'm pretty sure some of the ones that were shot was like his intended targets. But it's like it's just crazy. Like you want to go to work, go home. That's it. None less, none more. Clock in, clock out, and get about that. Get up out of there, do what you want to do. It's crazy how this shit went south. And then as I'm looking at the article, it says um, an employee that escaped the shooting is currently filing a lawsuit versus Walmart, saying that she warned them of his behavior, basically saying like his behavior was suspect, and basically they didn't do that. So that comes out to be true. This basically is something that was very, very avoidable, which even makes matters more fucked up. In my opinion, just makes it more fucked up. Is like, damn, someone would just really looked into it or really just did something. 6 people would still be 6 people would still be alive.
I just think that jobs need to take it more serious. Like if well my see the my office is really small, so it's like only like 10 of us. So I think they would take it a little bit more serious if one of us came up to the other person was like, we think something's going on, their mental health is like something's wrong with their mental health and stuff. Like I feel like the job itself they will take it more serious. Um so I'm not too nervous about that, but it's still that opportunity for that person to come in and shoot up the job. You know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, I hear you.
I feel like all employees should go through like a mental day where you sit down with somebody, you talk to them, you ask them, you know, are you feeling like this? Are you feeling like that? Are you feeling like this? If that makes sense, because you don't know what's going on in people's everyday life, and then they come here and you say one word to them, and that shit sets them off with now they want to shoot you or stab you or kill you at your workplace because you said one thing that they did not like.
Well, I was correct when I was saying he killed 5 people. He was the 6th victim because they found him with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. But there was So that's what when I said 5 at first, that was what the real numbers. He killed 5 people, and killed himself. But it's just so basically, if that's that lawsuit comes to like hold some type of merit, that's just gonna make Walmart look really, really bad because this is something that could have been preventable where these 5 people could be at home with their families, you know what I'm saying? And it happened literally right before the holidays, like literally right before. Like Thanksgiving was literally last Thursday, which is crazy. Time is moving, but it's like that shooting literally happened on a Wednesday. Was it that Wednesday or that Tuesday? It was that Wednesday or that Tuesday?
Yeah, it was that Wednesday.
It was that Wednesday. So basically, Thanksgiving Eve is when that happened. And unfortunately, fortunately, nobody not more people were injured because you could have really did a lot of damage, especially in Walmart the day before Thanksgiving, day before the holiday. I'm pretty sure. Not everybody gets everything ahead of time. There's a lot of last minute shopping and just last minute things to do. I'm pretty sure there was still a good amount of people in that store when this situation took place, and it could have been much, much, much worse. And it could have been a whole lot of victims, which is just crazy. But unfortunately, in America, news of mass shootings is something that's basically comes by the week. So it's not like, unfortunately to say, this won't be the last. And I'm not looking forward to the next one, but there will be the next one, unfortunately. But not looking forward to it, but this won't be the last one. This won't be the last. But again, condolences to all those who lost somebody in this unfortunate.
Right before the holiday and shit.
For the holidays, speedy recoveries to anyone who was injured. And it's just fucked up, man. This is some fucked up news, especially during the holiday season.
Right.
But also, this country gotta do better, and Omar looks like they gotta do better because if that shit, that lawsuit has any merit, they basically hold a lot of these bloods on their hands because the man did what he did.
Yeah.
But I'll say, yeah. Even though he did what he did, he made his choice. It seems like there was warning signs, and people was trying to say like, "Yo, something wrong," and instead of something happened, now it's too late. Now you can't act. Now you just gotta shit. You deal with the aftermath, and it's fucked up. Very, very fucked up. Now we're going to transition.
It's crazy.
Hold on. All right. Now we are transitioning to talking about my guy Sinbad. Comedian Sinbad. He's in a few movies. One of my favorite movies that he was in was Jingle All the Way. Classic movie from my childhood, but Sinbad basically recently just came out and said he had a stroke in 2020 and he's learning how to re-walk currently. So basically the stroke is basically he lost function of his body. He has to he's got to learn how to re-walk, which is sad, but I'm happy that he's still here and you'll be able to, work on that process. I'm pretty sure it's a tough process, so I wish him a speedy recovery on that. But it's like, damn, that shit happened 2 years ago. When that shit came out, I don't even think there wasn't even news about that happening. It's just, I felt like it happened, and he just I don't think it was even reported when it happened.
Yeah, I think it was on the same time that we were saying that. Remember that time where they were saying that Shaq did Shazam or something like that, and they were like, "No."
It was the Sinbad movie. It was actually the Sinbad movie that everyone
right. And that's when he found out he had a stroke or something, and then but nobody really talked about it because Sinbad has just been like MIA forever.
Yeah,
Like,
he's living his life, you know.
yeah, I mean he's living his life, but nobody really like. It's not like he. I don't know. It's weird. Nobody. Not that I don't care about Sinbad, but again, he was our childhood kind of like movie star, but nobody really like. He was a
Yeah,
comedian,
he's a comedian from when we was child. You know what I'm trying to say? He's much bigger. When we was younger, he was much bigger compared to what he is now. But he still has like like we watched him when we was younger, so we always gonna remember him.
right? And I didn't like Jingle All the Way.
You're like, you don't like no movies, Bree. You don't like movies.
I didn't
You
like that movie.
don't like movies, Bree. That was a dope ass movie, man.
Okay, I guess.
But
Devin loves that movie. I hate that movie. We gotta watch it at least once. Like,
yeah, it's December. It's Christmas season.
I don't like that movie. It's boring.
Oh, no. Great movie. Yeah, you don't like movies.
I do like movies. I don't like that movie.
You do not like movies.
I do like movies. I don't like that movie. It sucked.
No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna get into that debate.
All right, so that I moved on from it because I know y'all get really sensitive for it. So
I love that movie, and it's December, so I'll be watching that movie at some point. But either way, we like the movie or not. But speaking of recovery to my guy Sinbad, I hope he, everything goes well. He's able to heal and be able to walk. It's unfortunate that this is something he's dealing with, but fortunately, as
yeah,
life get older, we have health things and house scares and other things that's unfortunately that's going to take place. And not much that we can do that's out of our control. It's more out of our control, but wish him the best, wish his family the best, and hopefully he can get back on track. He healed, and he can do whatever he feels that he wants to do best. We are going to transition. We're going to talk about the BET Soul Train Awards. Our favorite, me and Bree's favorite topic, award shows. um,
I didn't watch it.
I felt like that shit just came and went. I told you we should have talked about it when they filmed it instead of talking about it because it was previously recorded. It wasn't a live show event, so we should have. You said what?
Don't talk to me like that. Here's the thing. When we were kids, I felt like award shows were a little bit better to watch. I think they were a little bit more like I don't know. They showed previews for it for like weeks leading up to the event. I just feel like now we don't get that same, and so because of that, uh, I'm not invested. I'm not invested. I don't have time for it. I don't have the patience for it. And some of those performances be whack. But what I will say is they looked beautiful. The red carpet walks, everybody looked beautiful. You know how I love my black people when they show up, they show out. Shout out to that. But yeah, I don't.
The award shows don't hold the same,
It wasn't. It wasn't like, oh, I was looking forward to this. Because I wasn't looking forward to it.
I feel like Dev sent the date that they was gonna air it in the chat. I feel like it got caught up within the holiday and a whole bunch of other stuff was going on, so that shit just went.
Yeah, I'm not. I wasn't. I guess, because we talked about what's that group? Fuck.
Escape.
Escape getting like the Soul Train Award.
Award show, yeah.
We talked about that, and then that whole scheme of them, one of the girls coming in green and the rest of them coming in silver, and how she tried to like upstage them, and it became, her, and then how like it was something crazy, and they keep going back and forth about it. Like, shut the fuck up. Okay, she wore green, I wore silver. And then it was like more about the drama. Like, award shows are now becoming more about drama than they are about the award show. So like even with Chris Brown, when that happened with him, it was more about the drama than it was about the award show. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, people talk now more about the drama that leads up to the award show than the actual award show when it's playing.
Yeah, sometimes the controversy is what more is more viewed than the actual event or what's to take place. People just look into it because the controversy or some type of controversy leading to the event, and that's what they want to focus on. Which
Right.
is, again, as we talk about it, we did talk about it. I did say we should talk about it when they actually recorded it, but it is what it is. Like, shit just happened. Some people still out here watching more shows. Still has some effect on some people, but us, war shows just ain't the same. We say that shit almost every time we talk about war shows. We like, every time we talk about war shows, like, damn, the shit just ain't the same.
Right.
Maybe we'll have a year like, oh, okay. That's what I'm talking about. That's some dope shit right there. But now we're going to transition to some cool news, some nice positive news. There's been, I guess at least speculation for a year, some change, a year, 2 years, that the Meek Mill and Ross had some type of feud. It could be true, it can't be true. People have fallen out. It's natural. It's life. People disagree, and whatever happens after disagreement happens after disagreement. But people do disagree. But Meek brought out Rick Ross during his show in Philly, and they had a nice little reunion on stage. So it's just nice to see, like, oh, look, whoa. Because they kind of been feuding. Who knows? We don't know. We don't know the behind the door details and stuff like that. But it was something that was very speculated heavily at the time, or within these past, I'll say a year and a half, maybe two tops. I don't know how long is. I don't know the start date of when this shit started being speculated, but I said like a year or two. It was just a dope moment for both of them. Come on stage.
Especially because Meek don't need that beef. He don't need any beef right now. Meek had enough beef in his life with all those like court cases and stuff like that. So I always feel like Meek don't need it. So why bring it into your life? But I like that they. I mean, oh God, I'm. I love Meek. If you know me, I love Meek. Meek is that nigga. But I think as rappers, they need to start realizing the beef is just causing too much death in the rap game. Like, y'all don't need any beef with each other. The world is already beefing with y'all. So to me personally, y'all don't need any beef amongst each other because the world just is ready to at any point like have beef with y'all. So yeah, I feel like rappers need to stick together. So when he made up with Drake, I love that shit. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's just sometimes you just need to like realize like that beef ain't that serious. Well, that's just my opinion, but you get what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I
the
completely see what you're saying. Like some beefs, not saying that they have beef. There's still speculation. Who knows? But in life, yeah, beef, especially when you're making the money they're making, beef doesn't make sense. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, just live your life. Why you're making like the type of money they're making? Why you still beefing with people?
right.
What
Like I said, the world is already beefing with you. Imagine if you got a beef with the people that you supposed to be like close to, and they supposed to understand what you're going through because they in the same thing, but you can't because you beefing with them. Makes no sense. So
man, it's speculation, but it was nice to see they got together. Ross performed a couple of his records. Dope moment. Dope, cool moment. Like, very dope, cool moment. Now we are going to transition into. So, my guy, Will Smith has a new movie coming out. He has a new movie coming out, so he's on a press run. Let me give you the name of the movie. The Emancipation. The name of the movie that he has coming out is called The Emancipation. And while he's doing his press run, seeing a clip where he talked about Will was talking about how he respects people's decision to like not want to watch this movie in the aftermath of the slap of him smacking Chris Rock. That he respects people's decision to not choose to watch the movie. But well, in my opinion, he did what he did. It is what it is. But like, if you're not gonna watch the movie because he did that, is bullshit at this point. Like, it happened. It is what it is. It happened. You're either gonna watch the movie or you're not gonna watch the movie. To say you're not gonna watch the movie because you smack Chris Rock is crazy. Like,
People don't condone violence, Johnny.
it's not even about. It happened. Look. With two men, do I agree? No. Did I agree with what Will Smith did? No. But we're really not gonna watch Will Smith movies because he smacked Chris Rock.
Some people don't condone violence.
But yeah, but go watch the whole fucking most violent movie that they can, right?
Johnny, I think that's two different things. I think if you're watching a movie for entertainment and it has violence in it, okay. But for somebody to go on stage and slap or punch somebody in the face for something so stupid, yeah, they probably don't condone the person who's doing real life violence. A movie is not violent. It's not real life. You're not dying in the movie. You're not getting your ass beat really in the movie. It's a movie.
Chris Rock really has that beat either.
What are you talking about? Will Smith went and punched the shit out of Chris.
He smacked him. Like, all right, it happened. What I'm trying to say is like,
but that doesn't make him not violent. So if I beat your ass, does that make me not violent?
That was one incident that he has.
Answer the question, Johnny. If I beat your ass, and because it was in the past, does that, in your eyes, not make me violent?
No.
I want you to know, if you beat my ass and it's 5 years later, I'm gonna think you still fucking violent because you beat my ass.
All right, but then now, because someone beat somebody's ass don't necessarily make them violent. Someone's ass beating could be warranted. Someone just needed their ass beat. You don't got to condone it, but it's in life. Some people just need ass whoopings. It is what it is. Simple ass whooping. That's it. And keep pushing. It's different if it's like a bully. No. It's different if it's like a bullying ass whooping. You whoop somebody's ass on some bullying shit, then that's you're a violent person. But if it's something like shit happens, you get into a fight, you gotta fight, you win. So you win. It is what it is. He smacked him.
That wasn't a fight. That was an assault. He assaulted him, Johnny. He assaulted him. An assault is somebody who's you're not giving them a chance to fight. You just go and you put your hands on them. That's assault. What that happened, the same thing that happened with that girl in Mexico, where she was saying, I don't want to fight. That's an assault. That's not a fight. That's an assault. Anybody.
The Will Smith and Chris Rock situation. Will Smith, Chris Rock situation wasn't a fight. I'm not saying it was a fight. I'm talking about
it was an assault.
Do you think Will Smith's a violent person?
I think he has issues now that probably rules up some violence. Yes. I think that
I don't think he's a violent person.
He's on edge where sometimes being on edge can make you violent, Johnny. Yes.
I don't think he's a violent person. Do I think he fucked up? Yes. Do I agree with the slap? No. What I'm saying is.
So you don't agree with the assault?
I don't agree with him smacking Chris Rock.
You won't admit this shit is an assault, which baffles me because
him smack Chris Rock, I don't look at it as an assault. No. He struck him.
If somebody walks up to you and slaps the shit out of you, and you go to court and you file something against them, they're gonna call it a fucking assault. They're not gonna say he put his hands on you.
That's if you go that route.
He snuffed you. He slapped you. He assaulted you. Even if you spit on somebody, it's considered assault. So how the fuck you ignoring? You just let's cover the shit with snow.
I'm not covering anything up. He smacked him. He smacked him.
He assaulted him. He assaulted him. He assaulted him. He put his hands on him and he assaulted him.
No, he smacked him.
He assaulted him.
He
assaulted him.
SMACKED. He smacked him. That was an assault. Because
assault in the dictionary is make a physical attack on someone. A physical attack. A physical attack. In law, a threat or attempt to inflict offensive physical contact or bodily harm on a person by lifting a fist in threatening manner. The person in immediate danger, or are you listening? This is what Will Smith did. He assaulted him. He walked up to the man. The man was not expecting it, and he put his hands on physical. He made a physical threat on that man. So, with that being said, a lot of people are not going to agree and agree to that behavior. And so because of that, Johnny, just because it happened a few months ago doesn't mean that people are just supposed to forget that Will Smith did that. That's not okay. You embarrassed this grown-ass man on national TV. You smacked him for making a joke when all night everybody was throwing jokes at Will and Jada. But it just so happened because it was Chris and they've had a little history. You giving him the platform to say, well, okay, well, if people don't want to watch it, then they don't have to watch it because of what happened. No, he has to have some kind of consequences. And unfortunately,
I do agree with that, but
Chris did not inflict any consequences on Will, which I'm very, very proud of Chris, because Chris could have put charges on Will. He could have made this even worse than what it was, because Chris could have went on a whole bandit on this, but he didn't, and he hasn't. So if people don't want to support Will because of this, you keep saying a mistake, but when you choose to put your hands on somebody, that's not a mistake. You chose to do that. So there has to be repercussions and you have to be reprimanded. And we've talked about this in the past. You agree with it, but you don't agree with physical harm to anybody. So you don't agree with violence, but this was kind of violent. This was the way he punched him, the way he sat back down and cursed at him. Like if he didn't do anything, and then he continued to go back on that stage and don't even apologize to the man he put his hand on, but to the white motherfuckers who run the show. He had every.
I don't agree with that.
That night fucked up more than once. And so because of that, John, unfortunately, people do have a right to say they're not fucking with Will right now. And that is okay. It doesn't make it wrong. It doesn't make it, they blowing this out of proportion. No, Will blew it out of proportion when he got the fuck up out of his seat and slapped that grown-ass man. He made it out of proportion for one joke. So we are allowed to take that out of proportion. Boom. Okay? Come for it.
And key word, grown-ass man. That grown-ass man could have defended himself. Right or wrong?
People don't have violence in them. And Chris is not a fighter.
It's not about violence.
Chris is not a fighter. So what Will Smith did was a bully act. He took somebody he knew who wasn't gonna slap the shit out of him back or wasn't gonna fight back, and he slapped him on public TV. So don't go there. Don't do that. Don't do that. We'll enter another round. You don't want to enter. Okay? Okay.
Either way,
let's not go there. Let's not do that, Johnny. Let's not do that.
So basically, Will Smith's canceled forever because he smacked Chris.
I didn't say that.
No,
I did
because
not say that.
no.
But what I'm saying to you,
but that's basically what it is. That's basically what it is.
I did not say that, Johnny. And I don't agree with the I don't believe in cancel the cancel shit that people do. I don't believe in that. But I do believe there's repercussions and there is consequences for every action that you do. And if people start fucking with you because of the actions that you have done and they don't fucking fuck with you, then that's what it is. Unfortunately, you got to swallow that fucking pill. The action that you lead to is you can't tell people how to react to how you acted. Period.
That's understandable, but now, at the end of the day, like you said, people don't condone violence. That means people could choose because whatever the incident that took place happened. Oh yeah, he's done. Don't watch his movies. He's done. He smacked Chris Rock, which was completely wrong. Completely wrong. But there's so much other foul, worse things that's going on that's worse than what he did. You know, I don't agree with what he did, but it is what it is. And now he basically is canceled because he can't do, technically, he's not, what's he supposed to do?
Come out. I feel like he hasn't even really, to be honest with you, he hasn't really given, first of all, Chris didn't really get a real apology. Let's cut the bullshit.
I agree with that.
And because of that, why should we bring him back to life and watch his shit? He wants to make money. He wants to be on the top again. No, my nigga, you need to apologize and you need to humble yourself a little bit. Instead of coming out with a new movie, maybe he could have waited a little bit and just sit with what he's sitting with and apologize the correct way. He hasn't even done that, but yet he wants to be back to Will Smith. You don't get to jump back in like if you didn't do nothing.
He tried the apology. It's just it's just the people's not going for the apology. That apology that you could deem is the right way to apologize, people are still not gonna go for it.
Again, it's not the deem of what we think, it's what Chris thinks. Chris was the one who got assaulted. So fuck what y'all think. It's what Chris thinks. And so Chris don't feel like he's gotten that apology. And unfortunately, a lot of people fuck with Chris. And so they're gonna take sides with Chris.
All right.
Because it's still right. And those are the people who are canceling Will. See, this is where me and you go back and forth because you wanna to me it's pick and choose because he's Will Smith that he's allowed to do this shit, and it's not fat. It's not fat at all. I think we need to come down a little bit and realize what Will did was wrong, and it hasn't even been a full year yet, and so people still have a right to be mad. Again, there's a lot of people who've come back from cancel culture and now are making movies and making money, but again, it takes time. It's just not. Ooh, he's Will Smith, so we forgive him. And
that's all I'm saying.
I personally, I saw the preview for it. I won't watch it, but I think Will definitely needed to take some time out and just recollect himself and reevaluate what the fuck he did. That's just personally me. Instead of him being worried about people watching his new fucking movie, he needs to really rethink of what he did and how he did it and how that affected Chris, and not only Chris, but Chris' family and his kids and all that, who has to watch their father get slapped on national TV.
Listen. That has nothing to do with Wilson being Wilson. My whole my point is basically saying is that, unfortunately, he did what he did. he has nothing in his from what we know, that for what we seen, we have nothing where we can say, oh nah, this is something that's a pattern, this is something he did. He did something, he made a choice, he made a bad choice, he made the wrong choice, but he did what he did. What I'm saying is now I'm telling you, he's put basically in this bubble where it's like he did something wrong, yes. He did something on national TV or people's gonna see for like the rest of their lives, yes. What he did was wrong. But now he's in this bubble where it's like no matter what he does, it's not gonna go nowhere. I don't think he's a violent person based off from what I've known and seen over the years. I don't think he's a violent person. But other than that, the only other outburst I seen him do that was violent was when the reporter in I forgot what country he was in. The reporter tried to kiss him on the lips, and he snapped the reporter in the face because the reporter tried to kiss him. A male reporter tried to kiss him on the lips during one of his red carpet premieres to one of his movies. Other than that, I haven't seen nothing, no violent outbursts or anything. Other than that, with the reporter and the thing with Chris Rock. What I'm saying is, what he did was wrong, but
Okay.
it's fine that people disagree with that. And I'm just saying, like, you saying there should be consequences for things that people do, especially people in Will's position. That usually people like that don't really feel consequences. There's people in his position that do things and get away with a whole bunch, so they feel it's a different order because they feel like they can do what they want. They've reached a level where they can do what they want, and they feel like, damn the consequences. What I'm trying to tell you is, for what he did, I'm just saying is not equaling up. The math to me is not equaling up. Like, if you wanted to say for what he did overall wise, in your opinion, what would be the right punishment for what he did? Him not getting kicked out the academy and stuff like that wasn't
Those are
enough.
white academies. Him and his wife boycotted the academy before. So miss me with the bullshit of the academy. But that's what I'm saying. The academy saying that he can't come back. Him and his wife this was the first time they've been back in a while to the academy. So that shit ain't a repercussion or a consequence. Sometimes the consequences is just losing your fan base. People realizing that they just need to not watch your shit for a while, or they don't fuck with you. Sometimes that's your karma, that's your consequence. Unfortunately, Chris did not want him to reap any consequence or anything like that. And so
no, Quentin, you said they both have both boycotted the academy, which is true. But again, like you said, when he got on stage and he won that Oscar, right? He apologized to who first? He didn't apologize to Chris. He apologized to the academy, correct?
yeah.
Basically, that's what I'm saying. So you may not feel that that's a consequence, but I think that is a consequence because again, you said it. The first people he apologized to wasn't Chris, not the person he smacked. It was the academy because that's something like most actors, they strive for their accolades, their achievements, and the Oscars is like the highest. Is the standard, is the high point. You win an Oscar is like a lifetime, like big ass award. So him not being able to be in the running and someone that out perceived to be, he does roles to get these achievements. Some actors want their achievement.
But Johnny, again, that doesn't make sense because if that was the goal, if that was the way to life, they wouldn't have boycotted that so many times in so many years. They would have made sure they were there and they were present and they were getting these awards. That's not a punishment because that wasn't, it was cool for him to get it for this one. But to be honest with you, he didn't care about that in the past, neither did Jada. None of them cared about that because if that was the case, he would have never boycotted the fucking Oscars.
No, that's not true. That's not, no, that's not true, Bree. No, that's not true. They boycotted because they felt like black actors and actresses and producers and directors and writers wasn't getting the, the, the equal opportunity to actually win the award. That's why they boycotted it. They felt like
it wasn't. It didn't matter to him if he won it or not, because
right,
they never acknowledged it before. You're missing the point, Johnny. That's not a repercussion.
Yes, it is. Because why did they boycott it this year? Because he knew he had the opportunity to win, so him and his wife showed up because he knew he had a great chance of winning. Why did he show up?
And that's just another reason why you just gave me and everybody else another reason why they wouldn't fuck with Will. So when it was convenient to stand with the black people, because black people are still not winning in the Oscars. So when it was convenient to stand with black people and say, we not being acknowledged, we not winning, we not this, they boycotted. But the minute he was up for an Oscar, it was like, oh, forget about standing with the black people. I'm going to go to the Oscars. Fuck that, Johnny. You just proved that Will is just about Will.
That's the whole point of the boycott. The fact that
right. So he should have stick to the boycott. They're still not giving black people the opportunities.
That was the whole point of the boycott. He won. A black actor won. That's the whole point. That was the whole point of the boycott, was the equal opportunity. He won. It's just he won and he showed up. Yeah. He won.
I don't think that's a consequence. In my book, it's not a consequence.
No, I think so, because I think that holds a lot of weight, because a lot of actors and actresses, when they get into acting, that's something something on their dream. That's something they want to achieve. That's an acknowledgement that they all want. Everyone, you are in TV, you want an Emmy. You in the cinema, you making movies, you want an Oscar.
Okay.
That's their how I say it, like that's basically that's acknowledgement, showing that they're doing a good job at what they're doing. Other than that, if it wasn't for that, it'd just be like, oh no, he's doing a good role at that. That's something what they work for. They really there's nothing wrong with trying to win an award. If you're killing it at your job and you win an award for it, it's dope. But that's what they do it for. Some love them like the movies, but some people love doing what they do and love winning, because what they do, they're great at what they do, and they like achieving things or getting these accolades, checking out these accolades. That's what I'm saying. That I feel like, I'm not saying that's the greatest punishment, but shit, they banned him for what, 10 years? He got a 10-year ban. Was it 10? It was like 10 to 15 years. It's like a 10-year ban. So he can't even be up for a nomination for like 10 to 15 years. And he can have Oscar-worthy roles, because that's the level of acting he's at now. Just doing Oscar-worthy roles here and there. Like he'll do movies like, damn, you might want an Oscar for this. That's what he does now. But that's what I'm saying. It may not be, in our eyes, may not be the greatest punishment, but in his world, that's a punishment. All I'm saying is, if scratch the Academy. You said losing a fan base is a proper punishment, but how long? How long do you feel is that worthy? A year, 2 years, 5 years? I'm just asking. I'm not trying to put
and I'm gonna tell you. Unfortunately, I don't know, and that is a consequence of your actions. That is the consequences of your actions.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just
you don't know when your fan base is gonna come back. You don't know when you're gonna gain them back. You don't know any of that. Unfortunately, all you know is that you lost people, and that's it. You got to deal with that. You got to deal with the hand that you've been given.
Listen,
because that's just where it is.
No, he fucked up. At the end of the day, he fucked up. I don't disagree with that. I'm just saying, at what point is where we're gonna be like, all right, we gotta keep punishing him, keep going. He did what he did. What he did was wrong. I don't agree with what he did.
That's not, but it's nothing wrong with saying that's what he did, because that's what he did. That's what he chose
Yeah,
to do.
he did what he did. Yeah, he did what he did. I'm not saying that. I'm saying he did what he did.
Nobody got up and punched Chris except for Will. So unfortunately, if people say, "Yo, he did that, my nigga, he did it," you can't. Unfortunately, you can't stop telling people, "Well, how long we gonna say that?" Nah, if you murdered somebody, nigga, you murdered somebody. There's a time frame on your murder.
No, I understand.
If I
I
beat your
understand the
ass,
point you made. I understand the
I
point you
want you
made.
I want you to know. I want you to know. If anybody beat my ass, there's not a time frame of when I see you and be like, "Yo, you beat my ass. I'm gonna beat your ass now." There's no time frame. You beat somebody's ass, you put hands on somebody, there's no time frame. You always done that. That's what you did. Every time I see you, that's what you did. Unfortunately.
I understand the point you're making. But we'll transition. We'll agree to disagree on certain things, but for the most part, we're on the same page. But it's just the little things that we disagree on. No. Most part, we agree on certain things. And certain things we disagree. But we'll transition. And now we're going to talk about the. Now we're going to transition. Now we're going to talk a little fashion. We're going to talk about the Balenciaga scandal where they had children posing with teddy bears that was dressed in BDSM. So it's just a terrible and weird ad. I don't know who thought, oh, yo, this would be a dope idea. But since pressure has been on them heavy, they try to, I guess they're trying to save face. So they're suing. I think the person is suing the person who took the picture or who they deem responsible for it for like $25 million. So basically, they're trying to like shuffle the blame off them. But at the end of the day, they did what they did. They seen the ads. They seen it all before it came out. Like, yeah, thumbs up, yo. That was them pictures is dope. Let's put these shits out. They put it out, and then whoo, you were like, yo, what is that doing? What was your overall thoughts on it?
I laughed. I fucking laughed. These people are funny. They're another ones who have showed us time and time again that these motherfuckers are their marketing and their marketing is just irresponsible.
Yes, like who thought
And
like
people are
really?
still go buy those Balenciaga sneakers and again, there's no repercussions. There's no consequences for their actions. When Gucci did what they did, um, people
Yeah,
still go
Gucci did
buy.
that. No
When
repercussions. No repercussions for these name brands.
when H&M did what they did, to this day, I don't buy H&M. To this day, for my kid, for Devin, for me, we don't buy H&M because again, I just feel like this is how I feel about it. I feel like, especially when it comes to children,
Yeah.
it's irresponsible not to have multiple people check on the marketing before you put this out into the world. Because
Yeah.
one thing about it is children are very sensitive topics, okay? And so again, I understand like, oh, I thought it was cute, but I think it should go through multiple people before you just put it out there. Because once it's out there, it's out there. There's no coming back from it. There's no discussing or talking about it or changing it or seeing if it works or not work and then taking it back and then being like, okay, it didn't work. Once it's out there for the public to see, it's out there for the public to see, and there's no coming back from it. So now you got this shit out there, and now the public sees it. Now you fucked. Now at this point, you're fucked. So at this point,
Yeah.
I wasn't wearing Balenciagas anyways because again, I don't like their stuff. But Now Kim says she's not gonna do Balenciaga. Now Kanye's on his ramp, talking about he told us. And a lot of the companies now don't want to fuck with them, and now they're gonna sue the marketing company they use. But if
they
you
suing
use
the company that they're suing for creating one of the ads.
right,
So,
but if you're gonna sue them, you fucking idiots, don't you think you should have checked before you allow them to put shit out in your name? Like that's my whole thing is just having it go through multiple people because multiple people are gonna give you different aspects of you know yeah, this may work, this may not work. But if that shit came to me, I would be like, are y'all fucking crazy? Y'all stupid? Y'all don't see this? Like, this shit's gonna backfire on you guys. Like, this is really gonna backfire. But I get it. They were trying to get shit out there before Christmas. And so this is the repercussions and the consequences of your actions.
this is crazy. A lot of brands like these get away with shit like this. Before you know it, this shit gonna get swept under the rug. Nobody's gonna be talking about it. All these celebrities gonna be wearing this brand. People go, oh, yeah, this, they're gonna talk highly of it. So they're gonna be in the mud. There's gonna be a little storm. All you gotta do is weather the storm, and just like that, it's gonna be afterthought. Which is the fucked up part about it, because that whole shit is ridiculous. And something weird going on. Oh no. Maybe they might say, oh, this some art right here, but it's not art. And I don't know how they go, like what they could do. Off the top of the head, I can't think of what they could do to make the situation better, but there's a company some people should hard look at, like, yeah, we ain't gonna buy your products. For those that buy their products, I know they're high luxury brand. If you buy their products, I recommend take a break. Like, yeah, we ain't gonna buy their products. They gotta actually feel something that comes with it. If not, they're just gonna shift blame to this other company that they're suing to shift blame. They're gonna sue them and make it seem like they did it, and then they're gonna go on stage and back to regularly scheduled program until they do some other shit again. And they're like, yo, remember they did the other shit? Then they doing this? It's just gonna be like that for like the rest of these years. So hopefully they get the right repercussions. Like Bree said 20 minutes ago, there's repercussions and consequences for the things you do. And hopefully this company and other companies, because they're not the only companies that done some foul shit, but hopefully these major companies deal with some repercussions. Because I don't know, there's some weird shit, man. I don't know, especially, and then with kids, which makes it so much worse. The kids, like, you do some fucked up shit, now you're doing it with the kids. Yeah. So hopefully they get the proper repercussions and it's dealt with. But it's some crazy shit. This world be on some crazy shit. But that being said, we're gonna transition to our closing segment. One of our favorite segments at the ASO. That's the Fab Four. So me and Bree are gonna give us our Fab Four Black Holiday movie. Yep. Our Fab Four holiday movies. This is a positive list. I know the last two lists we did wasn't positive, but we're feeling jolly. It's the holiday season, so we're gonna give you a positive list. So we're gonna give you our Fab Four holiday movies. You know how we do it? We just go 4-1. I give my list, and Bree gives her list. It's been a while. So it's been quite a minute since we did a Fab Four. Not gonna lie, it's been a while. I don't remember the last time we did a Fab Four. But Fab Four Black holiday movies. Bree, you ready for my four?
Go ahead.
All right. At number four, I got The Wiz. At number four, I got The Wiz. At number four.
You cheated. The Wiz ain't no Black holiday movie. I watched that shit.
Sis.
Okay.
It's on It was on every list of holiday movies. At first I didn't think it was a holiday movie, but it was on every list that had holiday movies in it. It was on every list, so I put it.
Okay.
That's only, but I understand what you're saying. That's at number 4.
Okay.
And at number 3, I put Best Man Holiday.
Oh, that's my shit. That's my number.
I put that at number 3. I felt like they did a good job with that one.
They did. Devin didn't like it. I liked it.
That was a good sequel. That was one of those that, like, you know how you like to say they took too long, but one of those that took too long, but they did a good job.
But I was sad when they killed her at the end. I was like, oh.
He passed away because she had cancer, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, cancer. That was unfortunate. And he had to play the football game while she was. Yeah, it's very sad. The ending of that movie was sad, but I think Best Man Holiday was a good movie. It's one of those movies that they got right. They took like a long gap between sequels, but we get every now and then we get one of those. Like, sequel came out 10 years later, but it was a good sequel. Yeah. A lot of bad ones, but that was one of the good ones.
It was.
You might hate my number 2. Number 2, I put Friday After Next. It took place during Christmas time. It plays during Christmas time, and they had Santa robbing people. They had to do dressing up like Santa robbing people, and then at number 1, I put The Preacher's Wife at number 1.
Okay.
Now let's see your list. You never like my list anyway, so.
So at number 4, I got The Best Man Holiday.
Okay.
At number 3, I got Jingle Jingle, or the Jingle Jingle movie, the Jingle Jangle movie from Netflix.
Okay, Jingle Jangle.
I love that movie. Now it's become one of our movies that we got to play every year in this house around Christmas. So we will be watching that this weekend when we put up our tree, because that's that shit.
It's a movie I'll have to check out. Never watched it. I'll have to check out.
You never watched it?
No.
Oh my God. It's the most beautiful, like the music on there,
I'll check it out. I never watched it. She said it came out in 2020. I'll check it out.
And then I have The Last Holiday with Queen Latifah.
Oh yeah, I know what movie you're talking about.
And of course, my number 1 movie is This Christmas. How the fuck you don't have This Christmas on your fucking list?
This Christmas. Oh, I know what movie you're talking about.
With Chris Brown.
Yeah, I know what movie you're talking about. Damn, that movie came out 2007.
Right. It had some of the, oh my God, like, you got issues. I know you didn't put This Christmas on your list. If you don't get your life together and get your life real quick.
Listen,
that's how we got our music. This Christmas, on the mistletoe, I'm gonna let. That's that shit. That's one of those things I gotta watch too around Christmas time.
Well, because start. I think it was ABC Family. I don't think it's called that no more.
No, I can't start watching Christmas movies until my tree is up. And because we had to change the tree idea, because I couldn't get everything I needed for my Beauty and the Beast tree, we had to change it to Winter Wonderland. So my house is.
I would say, like, I don't know what that shit's called anymore, but it used to be called ABC Family. I don't.
Freedom.
But they used to do like countdown. They used to give like every day. It was like
I just told you the name of the fucking network is Freedom.
Oh, Freeform. It's called Freeform. It's called Freeform now. But I'm saying they probably still do it, but they used to do the countdown.
They are doing the countdown, but in this house we can't play Christmas music and watch Christmas shows and movies until we put up the tree, Johnny.
That's you good.
Right, and the tree goes up tomorrow, right? We assemble the tree tomorrow, And then Saturday we decorate the tree because you gotta let the tree air out a little bit. So by Sunday we are all in the go to watch Christmas movies and shows.
Yeah, it's cool, but that's our Fab Four for this episode. So wrap on this brand new episode of Another Shit Opinion Podcast. It's your boy John, my co-host Bree, and we are out.